Savio leaves his home at 7:30 to drive to work. He drives a distance of 50 miles. Savio thinks he drives at an average speed of 40 miles per hour. If Savio is correct, at what time will he arrive at work? Okay, so there are a couple of parts to this question. I would always recommend that you look at how many marks a question is worth. So that is worth 3 marks, so there is quite a bit to it. So this requires you to know the speed, distance, time formula. So I'm going to do the little speed, distance, time triangle, which hopefully you're familiar with. Now speed, which I'm going to abbreviate to S, is equal to the distance travelled divided by the time taken. So we multiply across here, and this line means divide. So that's why speed is equal to distance divided by the time. Now, the question says, at what time will he arrive at work? So what I need to work out is the time. This means I need to do the distance divided by the speed, d divided by s. So time is equal to distance divided by speed. The distance we are told he travels is 50 miles. And the speed he's going, we're told, is 40 miles per hour. So 50 divided by 40. Now you are on a non-calculated paper here, so obviously we haven't got a calculator to do this, but what you can do is you can help yourself by crossing off the zeros. Okay, so the calculation effectively becomes 5 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4. Another way of thinking about this is 5 quarters. 5 quarters. Well, if we think about 5 quarters, here on one cake we've got 4 quarters, so 5 quarters would be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters. Now, as a decimal, that is 1.25. Because we've got one whole and a quarter. And a quarter, I'll just write it over here, a quarter as a decimal, 1 quarter as a decimal is 0.25. Hopefully you know that. So 5 quarters is 1.25. So the time taken is as a decimal 1.25, but we need to think about this in terms of a clock. So if you think actually at my diagram here, I'll go over in green, that is an hour and a quarter, 1 hour and a quarter, or differently put, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, apologies, I'm not actually writing on the answer line here. I'll write that over there in a second. So an hour and a quarter or an hour and 15 minutes. Now, we haven't quite finished the question yet because it says, if Savio is correct, at what time will he arrive at work? Okay, so he leaves at 7:30. So 7:30 is there. And it's taking him an hour and a quarter. So we're going to go an hour. An hour will take us to 8:30. And then another quarter of an hour would take us to 9:15. So 9:15. The hands are going to overlap slightly. So that's the hour hand and then the minute hand. So 9:15. So 9:15, you can either write that out in words, 9:15, or you can write it as a digital clock, 08:45, 9:15. That is your answer, 9:15. The second part says, in fact, Savio's average speed was greater than 40 miles an hour. How does this affect your answer to part A? Well, if he's going quicker, so if his speed was greater than 40 miles an hour, he's going to get to work earlier. So you can put journey time will be less or he will get to work quicker. I'm sure either of those will suffice to get you the 1 mark there.